Welcome back to Doobrey's Day. Today Doobrey's Day is part 3 of the explosion of Damascus. Let's go! Okay, if you can remember last time we'd made our bar of Damascus. What I've done, I've taken it after it's been annealed and I've chopped the end off and I've popped it into the ferric chloride and look what we've got. It's not focusing. There we go. You should be able to see the Damascus pattern on there. I'm then going to grind off all of the scale on this and then prepare it ready into 4 chunks which will sit together. I'll pop them into the ferric chloride, they'll sit together and I'll make up the sort of explosion star. We'll have that ready today and then we're going to weld them together, forge them together, put them on Sir Percy and then we can draw it out and that should give us the explosion. So let's get on with the grinding and let's then get on with the belt grinder. Let's go guys. So safety first, goggles, gloves. There we go, 1 bar nice and shiny. We know what the pattern looks like at the end because I've shown you already. So I can get that to zoom in. You can see that pretty pattern. Whoa, look at that. There we go, look at that pretty pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it off here and then make it into 4 equal parts. Put it into the acid and then see what it's going to look like when we stack it. I just run a flap disc over it just to make it look very pretty and God, doesn't it look shiny. Slight change of plan. Before I chop it off here, I'm going to make it into the 4 pieces first, just because I've got something to hold on to when I go onto the grinder. Sorry, a little bit wibbly there. I'm just going to chop it into the 4 pieces, so I'll measure out, chop it into the 4 on the saw, and then I'll clean them up on the belt sander, on the belt grinder. Let's go. Let's measure up and let's get chopping. So all 4 pieces have been chopped up. There we go, nice and roughly the same sort of size. I'm now going to put them on the belty grinder over here. Put them on the belt grinder and get them nice and smooth and clean, ready for welding. Let's go on the belt grinder. Okay, here are nice shiny pieces. I'm now going to put them into the ferric chloride and we're going to see what the pattern looks like and then we'll stack them ready for welding. Okay, I've just done a little bit of ferric chloride on it. You can't quite see it in this light. But I've arranged them now so the star effect comes out of the centre. Next task is to weld them, which I'm not doing today, I'm doing tomorrow, and then I'll forge them together. Ooh, exciting. Okay, next day again. As you saw before, we've got our little pieces of Damascus here. I've made the bar ready. I'm going to weld these all together. I'm going to weld across the top, across the front, and then attach a bar to the other end. And then I'm going to put it in the forge, and then I'm going to hit it on Sir Percy, and hopefully we'll make 1 billet and it should give a star effect. Let's get the welding done and let's get it back in the forge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clamp this half together first, then weld it, tack weld it, then I'm going to do the other side and then we'll stick them together on top. So we'll start with this one and then we'll do the other one. So it's welded all the way around. I'm now going to put the bar on it. I think I'll put the bar on this end. In fact, I'm going to grind some of these welds down first. I'm going to grind some of the welds down first so I can put the bar on it. So I'll just do that quickly. Okay, that's all cleaned up. And they're going to weld the bar on it and then put the forge on. All ready to go on the bar. Okay, next stage. We're going to put the forge on, heat it up, get this in there, do our 3 cycles of borax hitting gently with a hammer, borax hitting a hammer, borax hitting a hammer, then we get it under Sir Percy. Let's go. Wish me luck.
And I've called a priest, and I've called upon the highest of my dreams, and I go to sleep, I let them in, I'm holding on to you, oh, and the wind has turned.
Okay, that's the forging done, and it's stuck together. Yes, the first time we've done it in ages. So good. So I don't know if you can see it in the forge. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's probably a bit too bright. I'll have to work out how to adjust the brightness on this. Let me just try and do that now. But you can see the patterns on the Damascus. Let me just try and do that. So there we go. It's annealing in the forge. Really chuffed with that. It's a lovely square bar I've made. Tomorrow, when I come back out, because that'll have to cool overnight, I'm going to grind it back, I'm going to chop it, and hopefully we'll have a star, the explosion, Damascus. So I'll see you in the morning. Hello, it's the next day, guys. Okay, I've been waiting overnight. I've been really excited about this moment. So we've let our Damascus cool. Let me just show you that, what it looks like. It's a lovely bar. You can actually see, if you show you the end, you can see kind of what it looks like. I'm going to do a quick bit of grinding, grind the ends off, get rid of some of that scale on it. Then I'm going to chop the end off, polish it up, and then put it in the ferric chloride, and let's hope that we've got our star effect. Okay, let's go along. Let's do this, guys. Come along with me for the journey. I just want to show you something. Can you see, if I can zoom it in, look at the patterns that makes. That's with the flap disc. Can you see where the lines are from the Damascus? Oh, this is going to be awesome. Okay, that's cleaned up. It's lovely, look at that. Okay, we're now going to chop the end off, and then we're going to put in the acid. Woo! Okay, we have chopped it into one bar. And we've cleaned the end. We're just going to let it cool down a minute, and then we're going to put it in the acid to see what it looks like. Look at that, shiny. Okay, this is just a test etch. I want to see what it looks like, and then I'm going to shine it right up on the belt sander, and then see what we've got at the end. This is 3 weeks worth of work for this one little bar. Quite nervous now, but let's have a look. Ferric chloride. In she goes. I'm going to have the first look. Oh, it needs a bit longer. It's not in there long enough. Into the neutralizing solution. There we go, guys. We have made Explosion Damascus. I'm going to shine it right up. I'm going to leave it in the acid for 3 lots of 10 minutes to actually really etch it. But we've made it. So guys, I honestly could not be happier with that. It's about an inch thick block of explosive Damascus. Woohoo! Guys, I couldn't be happier. That's absolutely amazing. It's turned out exactly how I wanted it. I'm so chuffed. So I think I've cracked the first part of explosive Damascus. I hope you found this useful. I certainly have. If you've got any questions or queries, please post them below. Thank you so much for watching Doobrey's Day, guys, and I'll see you next week. Cheers then. Bye for now.